Welcome to Freed on Business. He grew up in South Florida, has been in business here since the early 90s, and has closed over $3 billion in deals. He's seen it all. He always has an opinion, and he's always ready to share it. Informed, entertaining, and connected, he has his finger on the pulse of South Florida's business community. He's Jim Freed, and this is Freed on Business.
All right, everybody, welcome to this tremendous edition of Freed on Business. It's episode 856. We're going to be talking about filling the gap in your capital stack with family office equity. I get 3 calls minimum a day on this now. It's the only place where there's a lot of action because there's a lot of need for this gap equity. It's been tougher to find finance deals, get deals pre-development work done. So people are looking for more equity, and the place that they've got to get it is family offices. Most of the equity that's institutional really hasn't been recycled since the last go around, as people sit on their transactions rather than selling them into what they consider to be a soft market that undervalues their properties. So we're going to talk about how the family offices that I've worked with in the past and I work with today look for and evaluate transactions. And I consult with all these family offices and help them find deals. So welcome to the show. We're streaming on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. I'm still debating if we should go on TikTok or any of these other things. Blue Sky, I don't know. Miami Podcast Studios, I'm going to need your advice, seeing as how you're the social media expert. You can find me at Freed on Business or at Jim Freed. And we're going to be sharing the tips on equity identification and placement and working with family offices. And a multi-generational family that I absolutely love is Warren Henry Automotive. My wife bought her first car from Dave Zinn. Warren Henry Zinn sold her probably her 3rd or 4th car. And we've been dealing with Larry Zinn, who's the our connection at Warren Henry Automotive, along with Eric Day and his family for many, many years. They treat us like family. And that's part of the capital that they have that they share with us as personal capital. And now on with the show. I've worked with many families over the years. I got my undergraduate degree with a real estate and urban analysis, an MBA in real estate and urban analysis. Then I worked for one of the big accounting firms doing feasibility studies. So I understand what makes these real estate deals work. Left that firm, went to work with one of the New York-based real estate investment banking firms, and then shortly thereafter started working for a local real estate boutique firm that evolved into a family office. I was the deal originator for that family office, and my job was to reach out to highly respected operators and developers and see if we could invest with them, bring our equity to the table, and invest with them. And that model worked really well. That family office went on to control literally hundreds of properties and make a whole lot of money. My next family office that I worked with was based in Boca Raton. They were really real estate syndicators. They made a lot of money doing that. With them, I went out and I looked at, we bought unanchored retail centers. The first family office was office, hotel, shopping center, everything. The second family office was small retail centers. We looked at probably 1,000. I bought 10. This was way before you could look for properties on the internet. And I literally drove the commercial arterial roadways for all the major cities in the Southeast. I've also worked with other families that have bought and sold dry goods, clothing. Working with another family right now that is in the trucking business. And another family I worked with bought hotels through me. They also buy all kinds of very interesting private equity deals in the chemical space. And also working with a high net worth technology family right now that's looking to do chargers, EV chargers, and all these mostly shopping center and hotel deals. So the point there is that there's different families and they want to do different things. One thing that they have in common is they're multi-generational. The younger people always want to try to build on and then eventually outdo what the patriarch did. Typically they can't, but they can try. And a great place to do it is with real estate. So recently, met with one family office, this trucking family office, and we're looking to put out equity. Equity GP check in this case is $5 to $7 million. They'll put that in the capital stack. They want to be a co-GP. There's all kinds of meanings and ramifications. They also will do, they'll do hotel, apartment, retail, condo, looking at a lot of condo, triple net, office, luxury office. It's really more about the operator with them. They're looking to really team up with some great operators and leverage their capital, their expertise, and their network. They go out and they bring in other family offices to co-invest with them. It's a dream scenario in this respect, but we're focusing on Florida and New York right now, the greater New York area, and I call it gap equity. Only the best people involved, and you need to focus on teaming up and matching goals, objectives, personalities with the person in the family that's placing the money. It's something that's really an art form. You hear a lot about, I'm going to go to a family office event. I'm going to meet a lot of family offices. Typically, you go to the family office events. You may meet a functionary for the family office, but the majority of the people there are raising funds and fund vehicles and looking for high net worth investors to invest in those. The family offices that I work with don't invest in funds. They invest directly with the operator. So if you're looking for equity, this is really manna from heaven. I've got a great next-gen person that I work with that's got the confidence of the family. They've done lots of deals together. They own apartments, retail, hotel, all kinds of different product types all across the country. And we're looking to build out that portfolio. And my job, like it was with the first family that I worked with, is to bring them transactions from best-in-class developers. And I reached out to my network on a very soft basis about a week ago on this, and my phone hasn't stopped ringing. I'm going to look. I've got 35 deals that I've been shown. Most of them aren't going to make it through me. I rank them, I rate them. I've got 10 that I really like out of those, and probably 3 or 4 that I'll be able to close in the next, call it 6 weeks to 10 weeks. It's really a fast transaction process. There's one decision maker. He walks it into the patriarch of the family. They talk about it, and then they do the deal. That's the model that I've seen at all these different family offices. Now, they all have different structures. A lot of them have I'll call them a CFO that acts as a gatekeeper. The most important person, obviously, to meet and get the relationship with is the patriarch's gatekeeper and the next gen's gatekeeper. I always call those people the directors of first impressions. You can have that one. It's a tremendous thing. It always makes them smile, and a great discussion always starts with the smile. Each structure is completely different. A lot of times the GP will bring in limiteds, and these are the other family offices that they work with. Those family offices look to them to lead the transaction, so they're very cautious. They can't really do anything that's going to create a loss for any of these family offices. So it's a very closed group of people. They do transactions over and over again. A lot of times, I'm going to use the term, a lot of times the GP equity family office will act as a bundler of equity and bring in other limiteds. And you got to work with all these different lawyers, all these different accountants, all these different gatekeepers, all these different advisors. And the real job of the intermediary is to keep everybody happy, the information flowing, and to create a positive environment for the transaction to occur. The most important person in the transaction is whoever I'm talking with at that particular time. Not that I'm going to say anything different, but whenever I communicate with somebody, I always make it all about them. So I really send a qualifying email. Is this what we're looking to do? Please respond yes when it is. And I get that response. Then I send it out to the different, my different nexuses of networking, because they all have different people that they work with. I work with a variety of business advisors in the real estate ecosystem. And I've been able to, over time, build up comfort level with them so that when I send them a text, I can pretty much get them on the phone the same day and present the transaction, windshield it with them, and get a real feel for whether or not the family office that I'm planning to show it to has an interest. And there's all kinds of things. Oh, and I forgot to mention, of course, they're all in private lending as well. Oh, excuse me, private lending. That means non-bank lending from an individual. We've got a special license to do that, even on, it's called an NMLS. Not a lot of people in the real estate business on the commercial side have the NMLS. I'm proud to have it along with some of my other colleagues that I see in the continuing education classes. So it's a complex situation. We're looking for, I'll go again, the family offices look for an experienced operator, retail, apartment, multifamily. Got to check my list. I don't want to forget anything. Where is it there? Retail, multifamily. There it is. Apartment, condo, mixed use, office, luxury office, select retail, mostly triple net. Private loans, which would focus on large spec development homes. So it's all these business and commercial properties, major markets in South Florida and in New York and the New York metropolitan area, where they've got hundreds of millions of dollars invested in real estate up there. So call me, reach out to me, because family offices are very difficult, very opaque, and you really need to get an expert that's trusted by them, that's one of their trusted advisors, to bring them transactions. It's a effort that I've worked a lifetime. I'm trying to do the pen thing like Troy Aikman does on the football games. They always hold this pen. I have no idea why. And, reach out to me, call me. We'll be right back after this short message from one of my favorite families, Warren Henry, the Zinn family, Warren Henry Automotive. Thank them for sponsoring the show for many, many years, and Miami Podcast Studios. This is your time to shine. All right. I want to thank our friends at Warren Henry Automotive. I want to thank Eric Day, Warren Zinn, Larry Zinn, Ismet Yagzi, Gerald, my favorite service advisor. I hope I didn't offend anybody by leaving them out or calling somebody my favorite. They always treat me like family. I love them. When you're looking to buy or lease a car, you want to get every advantage that you can. That's why you check out Warren Henry. Today's topic is family offices and multi-generational families. The Zinn family is unusual. Larry Zinn is a very successful member of the third generation. So high five to Larry on that. Reach out to them. I recently got my Lincoln there. I got my mom, her Lincoln there. There's my wife's got her eye on one of those fancy Land Rovers and Range Rovers. Anything you really want, they've got you covered. So reach out to my friends. They sell Audis up in Gainesville, award-winning Land Rover and Range Rover stores in South Dade and West Broward. They've got their headquarters store at 151st and Biscayne. And of course, they've got their store down in the Keys that sells all their great nameplates. Look for the Warren Henry Automotive, Warren Henry Advantage. It's a whole bunch of things that you get, but my favorite thing is my service advisor, Gerald, and the car he always has waiting for me when I have to leave my car for service. So join me, my beautiful wife, Vivian, my mom, lots and lots of my clients and friends. I'm talking about my Lincoln in the gym just earlier today. Always the best price, always the best service, always Warren Henry.
Welcome back to Freed on Business. Connect with us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Jim Freed or at Freed on Business, and on Instagram at Jim Freed1. Now, back to your host, Jim Freed.
All right, remember, reach out to me, Jim Freed, Miami Podcast Studios, to throw up my contact information down there. I've been in the real estate business for 40 years. I have the trust of many patriarchs in this marketplace, and I can help you get your transaction capitalized by bringing you this GP equity, which is really the missing piece. Of course, I can always bring you great financing. I've done that we were number 33 last year, according to South Florida Business Journal, for transactions. Our biggest deal last year was the finance of a $60 million construction loan for one of the big, for the estate companies here in town. So in any event, give me a call if you missed the bottom line. Oh, the bottom line. I got all distracted. The bottom line is call me. And whoever you're dealing with in the family office space, make sure they're really direct with the family office, with somebody that's a decision maker. A lot of people say, oh, family office. A lot of the times you're really not talking to a family office. You're talking to somebody who talks to somebody who talks to the family office. Call me within 5 days. Well, immediately I'll give you a general read on the transaction. I can pretty much promise you a face-to-face or a video call with the family office member that makes the decisions within 5 business days. It's something that you really want to do. The bottom line, you've got to make it all about everybody involved in the transaction. You've got to be with the right member of the family office. And remember, family office that I'm working with is looking for all kinds of different food groups, but the most important part is the operator or the developer. The equity check is between $5 and $7 million. That's pretty much enough in today's world. Remember, if you missed anything on today's episode, you can check it out on any of the replays on Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, Instagram, any of my socials. Look for me at Jim Fried or at Fried on Business. A lot of people head on over to the at Jim Fried YouTube page. There's Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I always get a kick out of when I'm talking to a young person. I go, hey, I do podcasts. They go, yeah. I go, yeah, I'm on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. They look it up and they get impressed. Remember, Warren Henry Automotive is our sponsor. So is the Bergstrom Center for Real Estate Studies. I'll be seeing all my friends up in Orlando at the Bergstrom Center Trends and Strategies Conference. I can't wait to see all of them. And I want to remind everybody that the person that wants to do something, they call me, the person wants to do something finds a way. The other finds the excuse. Now go out there and make it happen. God bless you and God bless the United States of America.